OSPF offers a protection against attacks where the attacker uses a rogue router, maybe installed on the PC, and trying to join the OSPF domain, learn the topology, learn the networks, and learn how things are done inside your network. There are two ways we can protect OSPF packets using authentication method called simple password or clear text authentication, or MD5 based. Even though clear password is probably not the preferred option, I'm going to show it to you as an example, and in the next video clip we're going to tackle the one everybody wants to use, which is MD5 based authentication. So if I go to a router here, I'm on 4 and I'm entering the router OSPF here, we can enable authentication on all interfaces in a given area using the routing process. The way it's done, area 0, all my interfaces are in area 0. I'll say authentication. And that's it. If I do that, let's say hit enter, obviously in 40 seconds I'm going to lose my neighbor R5 because now I'm authenticating the all hello packets. But the implication of using this command in the routing process is that all interfaces in area 0 are now being authenticated in OSPF. So show, actually I should do show IP OSPF interface E00, let's say 45, and let's go include password. So now simple password authentication is enabled on this interface, and pretty much any interface. Do show IP OSPF interface brief. I lost my neighbor due to dead timer interval because this one is not using authentication at all. So every interface in area 0 here is now authenticating hello packets. So do show IP OSPF interface E013, for example, include password, and E2, number 2 as well. Each one of them is using authentication. So to restore that, you can basically, I can do the same command on R5. If, however, I don't want to use authentication on each packet, on each interface, I can do this selectively. So let me remove that command. No area 0 authentication. I can maybe enable authentication only on the link between R4 and R5. So the way it's done is it is the interface command this time, and this is going to be 045. I'll say IP OSPF authentication, and now there's two options, like we said, actually 3 methods technically. There's authentication, message digest, or null. I can temporarily disable that authentication here using null command. If I hit enter, only interface E0045, on which I am right now typing this command, is using authentication. So if I do the same command on the other end, I'm only authenticating packets on that interface in OSPF. Interface E0045, IP OSPF authentication. And now do show OSPF interface E0045 include password. I am only enabling this on that interface. If I do the same thing on, let's say 2, it's actually 2.4, there's no authentication on that interface. Now we need to add the password, secret password. So the second command to enable simple password authentication is to add the password on the interface. If you are using global command in the routing process, still the password will be done on a per interface basis like this. IP OSPF authentication key, and I have to specify the password. I can specify the encryption 0 through 7, so it's not showing in the running config. I don't care here about that, so I'll say Cisco 1, 2, 3. So if I do the same command on the other end, now I'm protected on that link. If somebody tries to join us and doesn't know the password, won't be able to join the router on this interface. And that's the way it's done. In the next video clip, I'll do the same thing, only with a more preferred option, which is called MD5.